Supermodels, Playmates, and Cheerleaders. That's what he said to me. Thanks for hanging with me on the ride home tonight. I haven't done a ride home video in a long time. I was thinking about what I want to be known for, being the tortured, introspective soul that I am. And I remember seeing a friend that I hadn't seen in decades, somebody from college. And we reconnected on Facebook and then met. And were surprised at how each other changed and the color of our hair, and it was interesting. And I'll never forget what he said to me. He says, "Are you still dating?" Now here I am, divorced, 3 children. And he says to me, "Are you still dating cheerleaders, playmates, and supermodels?" Big smile on his face. I said, "Nah, not anymore." He said, "Oh, you were the man." Yeah, I thought so for a short period of time. And what was interesting is, out of all the things he could have said, out of all the things he could have asked about, what about the book that you wrote? Tell me about the degrees that you have. Have you traveled anywhere interesting? What are your kids like? He said, "Are you still dating cheerleaders, supermodels, and playmates?" What a legacy, right? Wrong. You can change the thing that you are known for. I've always wanted to be somebody that inspires people, because I've always looked up to others that are inspiring and life-changing with their data, their information. And life is so short on this earth that if you don't use it wisely, you're going to feel like it's a waste. So when I decided I wanted to start helping people, I didn't see my kids like I wanted to. Career dropped out. My first career. What do people remember you as? I contend that you can be remembered for anything that you want, and you can reinvent yourself anytime you want. It's a decision away. It's a decision away. No matter how old you are, you can do it. It takes work. It takes determination. There was a time in my life that's all I chased was cheerleaders, playmates, and supermodels. Names will not be disclosed. You would know the names. As they say, never kiss and tell. But what did it add to my life? It's too dark for you to probably see my hand signal. Nothing. Zip, zero, nothing. Nothing of lasting value. And that's not to put down anyone. I'm not putting down anyone who is a cheerleader, a playmate, or a supermodel. I know many playmates, supermodels, and cheerleaders. More of the supermodel and playmates that have reinvented themselves, went to school, and have created businesses, have clothing lines, are doing extremely well, are business owners, and are just super successful. And even they are not known for what they were. And I'm not placing a value judgment on any of those things at all. I love beautiful women. Always have. It was a weakness for a good portion of my life. Now I have a weakness for compassionate, understanding women with good conversational skills, and someone who can be a companion. I have a weakness for a companion. I don't need a mommy. I don't need a sister. I don't need a best friend. I want a companion. That's what I'm looking for. But that's not why I'm talking about this. I'm talking about, what do you want to be known for? What is your legacy? What will people be saying about you in 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40, 50 years after you're dead? And you're all going to die. You're all going to die. And I never want to be dark or negative or anything like that. But I think about my grandfather, who I've taught. What will people be saying about you in 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40, 50 years after you're dead? And you're all going to die. You're all going to die. And I never want to be dark or negative or anything like that. But I think about my grandfather, who I've talked to you about, and he's been dead since maybe, he died in maybe like 1986, so that's 30 years ago. Holy cow. And I find that people talk less and less about him as the years have gone on, unless I purposely bring him up. It's as if he didn't walk on this earth. No one talks about him. He was a very quiet man, a humble man, kept to himself. But what is he known for? Unless I talk about him, who is going to talk about him? Who is going to bring his memory out? Who is going to bring his life out? Who is going to tell his stories? That's why I shared with Eric Van Holtz today about the concept of oral tradition. Ever since there are computers, ever since men started writing on tablets, prior to writing and recording, primitive or modern, storytelling and oral tradition has disappeared. What will people say about you? What are they saying about you now? I think it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing for you to start thinking about the impact that you're going to make in this world. I don't know if my children will talk about me. I have no idea. I don't know how deeply concerned my children are about me. I don't know. I don't hear from them often. So I don't know. I texted my daughter, who is 20, and I have a nice texting relationship, as it's out with her. And I said, what are 2 words that you would use to describe your dad? And she says, you're a great man. I said, okay, what's the second one? And she said, you're very nice to people, but nice man. That made me feel pretty good. I'll take that. Especially from somebody who knows my shortcomings. And knows my faults and knows my sins. So if people that love you and are close to you can say nice things about you, I guess you're ahead of the game. What do you want to be known for? What you will be known for does not happen by accident. It happens because you've made choices, certain choices. And I say that if you feel that your reputation or legacy, now that you're living, is not positive, it's never too late to change it. No matter how old you are, it's not too late to change it. that in your pipe and smoke it.